Okay, well, you guys are picking your advancement triggers. I'll just give a quick recap of what happened last time.
I'm sorry, I picked the wrong thing. Sorry.
So, we arrived on Emera's parents' planet. We descended down beneath the gigantoblast doors to the lower area where everybody actually lives and all the farms are. And we landed. There was, a heartfelt reunion with Emera and her dad and some other guy. And as we're doing that, 3 drop pods full of GSS troops drop in through the closing doors. There was noises to suggest that more than 3 drop pods were launched, but only 3 made it in. And the GSS troopers inside leapt out. They captured the governor, one of his people, and everybody from our crew except Sampson and Warren. Sampson and they took all those folks into the governor's mansion and fortified it. Sampson and Warren fought some of the guys that were on the outside, linked up with the police, and staged a daring rescue where the GSS troopers were mostly killed for the most part. I assume a few surrendered eventually.
Indeed.
After, the first captain got splattered.
Yep, and just so it's clear, I don't know if it was getting a little late last time, but Mr. Lieutenant of your father,
Yes.
when they busted into the room that they were being held captive, was not amongst those captive. He was discussing things with
Yes, that's right. He was
the first captain
I neglected to write that
Of the
down.
GSS force?
of the GSS. Yes, so he is still quite alive.
So Warren and Sam weren't privy to what that conversation was, but some of you were in the room, so you might have heard. So, at this point, is it safe to say that the GSS has been mopped up?
Yes,
Okay.
very. Being the governor's estate, it's been as tidy as it can be in the hour or so after. So you're done? Are you done? You picked?
Yep.
All picked? Sweetness.
A relationship changes.
What'd you pick?
A vital lesson is imparted.
Nice.
A relationship changes drastically.
Ah.
An injury is sustained. Which is a great one for a dinner party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No Twizzlers today?
No.
We'll be at the leftovers upstairs, right? In the bag?
Yes,
That's
we
what
love
we had
you.
last time, right? We had that last time.
Right, but there were leftovers and you're going to put them in a bag, right?
No. Those were in that bowl. And those were left on the table upstairs. And then the kids woke up in the morning.
This is great role playing, guys.
Yeah.
I thought he put them aside too.
We've solved the Twizzler mystery. How many experience points is that?
All right. So, you guys. So, were you in the room? All of you were in the room? I think all of you were in the room.
I wasn't in the game, so wherever you guys put me.
Yes, you were in the room.
I was in the room!
Same here.
Same with you. All right. So,
And I'm sorry, when I was captured,
yes.
What sort of, hostage, how thorough was, the hostage taking? Were we just, corralled into, a cell?
So
or...
you were on this. So I was having so picture this dome, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is your father's estate, and how it played out to be is this dome is the size of this block,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's massive,
Mm-hmm.
and the landing pad that you landed on is connected to that dome via this large walkway,
Mm-hmm.
sort of a catwalk, if you will. That's about 50 feet off the ground. The dome is also raised off the ground.
Yep.
All right,
The catwalk may be a little worse for bear.
a little bit. So one of those dropships landed in between you two,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then he proceeded to blow up one of the supports of the catwalk.
Not on purpose.
So out of that dropship came 20 GSS. So you guys were scooped up pretty quickly.
Yes, but I mean, I guess how long was it? Like, how
Hours.
processed were we, essentially?
Just hours. Basically, you were just thrown in a corner of a room. And,
Okay, so
held
so
down.
yeah, so my subtext question
Yes.
is my connection to Kona still safe, and the
Yes.
data that he holds?
So where was Kona?
He was embedded in my headset earpiece, like as part of my jumpsuit, because I'm connected to him with my jumpsuit.
Yeah. Yep, you're still good.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's a really good thing they didn't find that.
Yeah. So we'll say we're about an hour after Sam and Warren busted into the room. When they came in, he's limping a little bit. He tried to jump through a skylight from the dome down onto the structure, and he didn't make it all the way through. And
I bounced off it like a ping pong ball.
And Warren's also worse, where he has a laser shot into his shoulder.
Yeah, he went back to the ship. He's sedated and recovering.
Yeah. So an hour later, upon being rescued, your father is talking details with his staff about cleaning up. So, do you know it's still planned at 6? You're going to be there, right?
Yes, Father. But I would perhaps like to discuss some of the items on the menu. I know that you have certain ideas regarding my particular preferences that haven't been my particular preferences since I was 6 or 7.
Well, talk to your mother about that.
I really think it would be best to talk to you, Father.
Oh, no. That doesn't... We don't need to talk about food.
Emera's going to stamp on his foot.
Oh!
Father!
Oh, yes, we do need to talk about the menu.
Yes, that would be a wonderful idea. Thank you very much, Father.
So, shall we go to my study?
Yes, I think that would be the best place to discuss the menu planning.
Excellent. Let's go.
We're so subtle.
It was quite interesting.
So Sam's just going to try and follow along with them because he's got some suggestions.
So yeah, he leads you into his study, and he's the first in, and you're second behind, and Sam's on your about a couple feet behind you.
So I've been reading about this dish.
I'm going to
I'm
shut
dying
the door on
I'm
him.
dying to try. Rude.
So what is it you want to talk about, dearie?
Emera looks at her little wristband, and then taps her ear twice, and raises her eyebrows.
Oh yes. He taps his wrist. You're good now.
Emera just finds a seat and just melts into it. Oh God. I am so... This is not going at all the way that we planned, Father. You know, when we started discussing alternative assignments for me, rather than being another cog in the bureaucracy, and I don't remember if it was your suggestion or my suggestion that I engage in this undercover assignment, but this was not exactly how the bill of goods was pitched. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm not saying that I would do it a different way. What I'm saying is this has been fucking crazy. And keeping up this madness is going to drive me insane. Unless something changes.
It looks to me you're in good shape.
Well, yes, I'm mostly in fine physical shape. And she's in great mental shape. Kona, you don't need to keep up the facade. It's just us. Look, I've got some information. Now,
Her
look,
stress levels are super high.
when we first discussed this, we were talking about ways that the Spinward government, could get some leverage on the other large institutions out in this quadrant. And I think we have something on the GSS, but I do not know how to exploit that, and I'm looking for your insight. When we were investigating slash deconstructing the GSS facility, I came across some data that noted that the GSS is putting together massive biological weapons as a way to encourage, entice, coerce other systems to protect themselves from the very terror that the GSS has unleashed, or will unleash, or soon plans to be unleashed. I don't know how to use that information. I have it. Kona has it with him. I don't know the best way to deploy that. And that is what I need your help for, Father, to get it into the right hands.
Sorry, what did you say?
This was very interesting. Well then. Let me sleep on it.
I know that's historically been your preferred method, and I'm not saying we need any quick moves here, but given the pace at which things have been moving, I'm not entirely sure that waiting on it and having a nice cup of tea before bed is the best plan here. Is there someone we can get in touch with relatively quickly that might be able to make better use of this information?
Well, there's mine.
And not him. Not him.
But he...
No. He's been
He
sore
would be
at me
my
ever
first
since I
choice.
broke off the engagement, and I'm not going back to him.
He would be my
Father?
first choice.
Father?
I mean,
No.
fine.
But no.
All right. Well, I will. I'll look in. You have this data with you.
Kona has it. Yes.
Can you transfer it to my pad on the desk, please?
Yes, of course. And she's going to tap. She's going to go to the desk and she'll tap on the pad. She knows his passwords, and she'll give Kona access.
Excellent. All right. With that, there's a knock on the door, and it's, come in. So it's one of his assistants comes in. An urgent message, sir. He says, well, go ahead. He says, there's a communication from GSS headquarters. Well, put it through. So, like a hollow display above his desk pulls up, and you see the assistant leaves and closes the door again, and you just see Sam sort of like eyeing through. So yeah.
We're all done. Come along. I'm
Yeah.
going to invite Sam in.
You're gonna invite
Oh,
Sam?
I'm sorry, Warren.
What? No, it's
Warren.
Sam.
So Sam, yeah.
It's Sam.
Sorry.
Sam.
It's been a couple weeks. I
It has.
apologize.
It's been like a month, I think, right?
Yeah.
Are all the discussions regarding menu concluded?
No, we were just catching up. In fact, we're about to start the menu planning. But the
Oh,
thing
lovely!
well, here's the problem: is that GSS headquarters is apparently on the con, so we're gonna have to table this. No pun intended.
Do you have one of those face scrambler things? Cause I don't want to be on.
Oh, don't worry, boy. Where did that voice come from? I like that one better.
Just gotta feel it out. You
Yeah.
gotta feel it out.
That's his voice now. Very good.
Yes.
Yes, very good, sir.
So hungry.
Yes.
Make sure you address somebody at some point as Old Bean.
Very good, old bean. Anyway, don't worry about that. He won't see you. It's just, standing in front of my desk. He sees me. I see him. He won't see you over there, sitting in the corner.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
So yeah, it comes
Son,
up.
you
Oh no, I would have no interest in this. I'd be talking to the mother.
hitting on the mother. Not.
Hitting,
Maybe.
she's old.
That'd be more talking.
She's
Learning
old
about,
and hawkish.
learning about Emera as a child.
Gleefully taking notes. Embarrassing photos, you say.
Yeah, son will get caught up later.
Okay.
All right. So the screen pops up, and there's this very grizzled white-haired, no beard, no mustache man, very hardened leather skin, and he has a very high collar with
Popped.
all. Oh yeah.
Popped collar. Oh man, this gets
Or not even like a collar that's designed to flip down.
No. It's stiff as fuck, and it has.
Oh, it's like in the Goodfellas where they have those really high collars.
It has all the gold shit on it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you can not even see his neck because it's just all gold shit.
It's just blanging.
Yeah. Yeah. And he says, "Governor," and he says, "Oh, what? How nice to talk to you. I understand you had some trouble." "Oh, yes, you well, you attacked us." He goes, "Well, I'm calling to apologize because we didn't. That was actually a what's the word? Missing words when someone
Faction.
a defector. That's the word. So do accept my apologies. I'm sending along a what's the word?
Care package.
Nope. A delegation to along with to help you to protect you from these dastardly fiends."
Nine, no. Do not accept.
Well, that's that doesn't sound really good to me. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say no to that. Well then, I do accept my apologies. We will be in touch. And it just turns off.
You need to prepare. They're going to come again. You know they will.
For what?
And like Emma just
Did you
like
tell him about the horrible bioweapon?
yeah,
What?
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I-
Yes.
No, but
Yeah.
that, and she's going to like point to like the window that like looks out onto like all the like the fields and fields and fields of like the foodstuffs for like several systems.
So the dome, right, that
Uh-huh.
you're in, huge dome, has actually been fixed by now, and it actually is this sort of support structure that goes over with this mesh on the inside and the outside, and it's basically like the Truman Show, right?
Yeah.
You see when you're in the dome, blue skies, mountain ranges, everything. You don't see the interior.
Yeah,
of
the interior, the subterranean.
yeah. So and right now it's just you're on a surface of a planet.
Yeah.
With blue sky, mountain ranges, blah blah blah. So if you're looking out a window, you see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That if GSS manages to secure itself additional foodstuffs, they will not be able to be cut off, and they'll be able to tie a lot of their propaganda and their attempts to take over the sector. They'll be able to pair that with providing food aid to the systems that they inevitably will attempt to destroy as they attempted to destroy this one.
Oh yeah, good move. Tie it back to his stuffs.
No, that's just how it will be. I'm not trying to pitch my father.
For they're bad guys.
I
We
stopped
just want
doing that when I was 8. And I wanted toys.
Well, yeah, that's good.
The last gift he gave me was Conan. Look how terribly... look how well that...
Enough. I forget the voice already. Enough of this. Let's have dinner, please.
Or bean.
Old bean. That's right.
And we brought it back.
There it is. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's dinner time.
Oh, yes. There's the kitchen. I will help.
Yeah, okay. You need... just go outside and ask someone. I don't know where they are.
His accent changed again.
God damn it.
Okay. And he gleefully trots off. Well, limps off.
So, I have to ask, who are you going to send this to? And please don't say him. Or if it is going to be him, please don't tell me.
It's not him.
Thank you. It's him, isn't it? No, don't ask. I don't want to know. When I agreed to do this, it was for the betterment of Spinward. And that is my goal. Thank you, Father.
Very good.
And she's gonna leave.
All right. So what have you been up to?
Chatting away with mother.
What about?
So, first of all, Sana's like 55, 60. How old is the mother?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, Emera's probably in her... I'd say... maybe early 40s. So her parents are probably in their mid to late 60s.
Okay. I don't think San will be looking to flirt either because he knows he's in a married home. I think he's more interested in learning a bit more about Emera's past. What she actually did, some of her achievements, just to kind of see, like, I don't know, to put more together of, like, why she is how she is now. To see if it's just because she's annoying, or is this, like, just...
I'm sure asking one's mother...
For science.
Mothers always give everything. Mothers...
Well, I don't think he's going to lead with that.
No, I'm not going to lead with that. No.
So, we'll resolve that conversation at the dinner table. You're seated next to her.
Okay.
Perfect.
The dinner bell chimes, and you're all seated at this grand table, candelabras, steaming piles of food everywhere. And
What's your mother's name, by the way?
Is Cindy there?
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
So... Emera's mother's name.
Let me get my pen. Continue.
It's... okay, so...
Mitzi.
Huh?
It's Mitzi.
No. It's... here's what it is. It's Catherine, but...
With a C.
but not what you think. No.
So not Catherine?
No.
So I think it's Catherine.
So it's Catherine, but like if she really likes you, she'll tell you. You can call her Cat.
Mm.
But if you try and say it without her giving you prior authorization, she will descend on you like a swarm of locusts.
Hungerly.
Sure.
So how good of a conversation did I have with her before the dinner table? Am I on cat level, or is it still Catherine level?
Oh, it's still Catherine, darling.
Oh. Just curious. Now that the dinner bell is ringing.
So where'd you end up sitting next to or across from?
With Cindy.
You're with Cindy?
Yeah, I want to catch up a little during dinner.
And you
I'm
are...
at the right hand of father.
Okay. So he's at the right hand.
She.
His wife. What? She? What did I say?
Emera. You said he.
Well, you... Sorry. Anyway.
Played by a man.
His wife, Catherine, is at his left, and then there's you. So yeah.
I gotta get my accent now, son of a bitch. So Catherine, tell me more about Emera as a child. Does she have any good, fun stories?
Why are you looking at me?
No stories of
Because she's going to stare you down while he does this.
Nothing about that girl's childhood was fun.
No, do tell.
She was awful.
Really?
Oh my god.
What was the worst?
Mother,
What?
do you mind?
No.
I have to be on a ship with these people.
How about one good story? Something that just really sticks.
Ya dish.
What? Let me think.
Mother?
Good story. So, there was this one time.
Oh dear, not this one.
She was...
Shh, let your mother talk.
How old were you, dear?
I was 14.
No, I don't think so. You're a little older than that.
17.
She was 18, dear. She was
Oh.
18 years old.
Oh, do tell. This is
Oh, this is even worse than the one I thought it would be.
Do you want to tell it?
No!
Oh, it'd be so much better from your perspective. Anyway, she had her boyfriend.
Okay, no. No one wants to hear this.
I beg your pardon. I do, actually.
We were not boyfriend and girlfriend. We were consistent study partners.
It's not true. She did get the best
What
grades, but it's
subjects
not
were
true.
you studying?
It was.
We know.
It was biology.
Convenient.
That is what I have consistently told my parents, and that is what I will continue to consistently tell my parents.
Let your mother talk.
Yeah, you
right?
got to stick with the lie.
Do continue, Catherine.
Let's just say, you know those tall stalks that are growing below the dome?
Oh, yes.
You use your imagination.
Oh. Juicy. That was quite the story.
I mean, anatomically, what are we talking about?
I won't go that far.
Oh yeah, dinner table and all.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next course, I have prepared myself. It is an old earth delicacy. I've never had the chance to do
Anyway,
this
I'll
before.
tell you.
I told
good stuff,
Father
Catherine.
the last time he renovated the bedrooms, he should have soundproofed them.
Well, we still have staff, darling. They can hear everything.
That wasn't what they told me.
Well,
Han pulls out a notebook with a pen all of a sudden and just starts writing stuff down.
so let's go to Cindy.
Well, I'm almost done introducing.
Oh.
They're called pizza rolls. They are delicacies. They are bite-sized. You can eat with fingers. So go nuts, everybody.
Quite delicious. Good job.
Yeah, they got the cheese and the flaky crust and just a little bit of pepperoni.
I thought it tasted pepperoni. Quite good. Quite
Mother,
good.
perhaps you should have, like, I don't know, 8 of them. It might stop you humiliating me in front of my shipmates.
Be nice to your mother.
I am. I'm suggesting she have these wonderful delicacies.
There's nothing wrong with a little fun here and there, darling.
Perfectly right.
Speaking of fun.
Oh dear.
Do you have another good story?
Your friend of yours looks dashing.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's right in front of the father too. Wow.
Father has always had a flexible view on relationships.
What you say, darling?
Nothing.
I'm sorry,
Nothing.
what
Father.
did she say? I don't whatever.
I was just pointing out how friendly you are with guests, and how you've invited so many in the past into your confidence.
Keep them happy. That's what they say.
Yes.
Oh,
you have
yes, to our amicable host. A drink.
A drink. Very good.
amicable. Yes, let's go with that. And Emma just like buries her face in her food.
That's right, darling. Drink up.
Have I earned the right to call you Kat now instead of Catherine?
We'll see you later.
Son just looks over at Emera, winks.
And Emma just like shaking.
So, Cindy, how did you end up here? I understand you've stayed with the Star Mines after, all the business on Flynn's World, but how'd you end up here? With them. Quietly, he says that.
Well, let's see. What's a good Cindy voice? What is
It can just be simple and quiet.
It could be.
Yeah.
It should be just that. That's a very good suggestion. I like it very much.
I think the Star Mines would encourage that anyway.
As long as the microphone can hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I will speak loudly into the microphone, very quietly. Anyway.
We will whisper this.
Yes. This is whispering. Anyway. Well, after, GSS attacked us, I got involved with the star mines as they were facilitating the the reconstruction afterwards, and I really fell into line with what they stood for, and I decided to join their ranks, and one thing led to another, and things really worked out. But
So yeah, you did very well for yourself. Gone up in the ranks, and
yeah.
you here spreading the word. Are you working on something?
You could say I'm working on something now.
Oh, okay. You let us know if it's something you need help with.
Oh, no, I'm sure we'll be together for a while.
Oh, well, it's always good to catch up with old friends.
Yeah. So, how you been?
Kind of bounced around a little. I considered staying with the Star Mines. They were very nice, but I mean, no offense. Sometimes they were really fucking creepy.
Oh, how so?
It's the chanting and the dead eyes, and it's not all of them. It's just some of them.
Oh, I agree with you, but in the line of work I am in, I really don't see all of them that much.
That's probably for the best. That's probably the best way to maintain a positive attitude about them.
That's what I say all the time.
And so, yeah, I just sort of bounced around. I did some jobs for the Atomized Front,
Oh.
I mean, more in a fuck the GSS capacity than anything else.
That's understandable.
But, yeah, they are also their own special brand of crazy, and, yeah, I had to get the fuck out of there before I was killed for not being sufficiently insane. And yeah, so I signed on to this crew of interesting people. And we do jobs that usually don't go this sideways.
You have ended up a little sideways.
Yeah, pretty much upside down. I mean, well, not entirely. Our employer is still technically alive. His life signs have been suspended for his own safety.
Who's your employer?
I'm afraid I can't reveal that.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know, Simi, I know. It's just one of those things I gotta do.
Your name popped up a couple of years ago.
Really?
I meant to look you up. Yeah, one of the jobs you did for the Atomized Front. It came up. So.
That's probably not good, is it?
Well,
yeah.
Depends on how you look at it.
I mean, was it that business on Callisto? That was really hairy. That's when I decided it was probably time to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
good decision.
I like the smuggling runs to bring medical supplies to people.
So tell me about San.
Well, you've seen the holovids. He's a lot older now than he was in those.
Yeah. It's not stopping her though.
No, get it, girlfriend.
You get it where you can take it, I suppose.
Yeah. Either one,
Yeah. Yeah.
My voice.
God damn it!
Stay quiet, stay clean.
Yeah.
It's infectious, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Stop! Yeah, he's an interesting character. And sometimes he helps, He's got some of the movie magic in him,
Well, that's very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's playing footsies with the mother.
Did he do any jobs with you for the AF?
No, not with me.
Okay, yeah, because his name didn't come up at all.
Yeah, that would have been pretty surprising.
Yeah. So that ship you got, where'd you pick that up?
Well, I suspect it had multiple origin points, given how it's been smashed apart.
It looks like multiple ships.
There has been some creative engineering involved in its continued flight.
You're welcome.
Yes, very creative and often cranky.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to go near her when she's working on something.
Yes.
Did you met her? If you've met her before, then yeah.
I know her, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just say, I know of her.
Yeah, I guess the mother would tell you, wouldn't she?
You two do know she's sitting right there, right?
Yeah, she would tell you, wouldn't she? Hi, Emera! Do you like some pizza rolls?
They taste like betrayal.
This is such a fantastic dinner. Haven't had a dinner
And
this good in such a long
secrets
time.
being thrown into the open.
Is
So you know,
No, they're
betrayal
not
like
welcome.
umami? I'm not sure.
so
I
you
don't
know
understand.
the scene in the Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
When they're at the house and the girl is sitting across from what's his face? Not Owen Wilson, but
Vince Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
At dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was surprisingly good in Psycho.
He's a good
remake
actor.
I didn't see that.
with Anne Hesh.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
he's
so
good.
he was so good I didn't recognize it was him for a few minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, what she was doing to him is happening to you right now.
I have not seen that movie in a long time.
Her and I just watched it.
Oh, well, that'd be
Such
why
a
you
hilarious.
Yeah, it was
Such
pretty
a good
funny.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can call me Cat and Dolly.
I think your mother Cat is just delightful. You didn't tell me your mother was so perfect.
All I'm going to say
Hannah's enjoying this.
is when you a little advice as someone who grew up with mother and father. When you grab the bull, make sure to hold on tight. And that is the only piece of advice I will ever give you with regard to my parents. And it is the only one you will ever need.
Good to know.
Have fun.
Was been a good fan of ride. Good ride.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
You guys enjoy your feast, you know, after a harrowing afternoon.
Did we have anything other than pizza rolls, or?
I'm
yeah.
sure there were lots of
Oh yeah,
courses.
Yeah.
everything,
All right.
everything you wanted. It is an agricultural planet.
Yeah.
True.
But honestly, if you gorged yourself on the pizza rolls properly, there's not a lot of room for anything else.
that's all you really need.
It's like a farm-to-table planet.
Now, who did the cooking? Was it the servants or
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he did the pizza
the
rolls.
pizza
Yeah,
rolls?
I just wanted to do one dish.
So
He doesn't get to work with like proper ingredients very often.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everything's like freeze-dried or like meant for like long voyages or.
Yeah, a lot of creative use of nutrient pastes and yeah, that sort of thing.
So what's the plan? So overall, you've been tasked with Tanaka to bring this data that you've collected to a waypoint, point in space. So that was your ultimate goal. Where are you going now?
So I'm going to ask my father if I could, or if Kona can essentially temporarily borrow the use of the satellites that remain in geosynchronous orbit to essentially beam down sunlight to the refractory tunnels that allow sunlight to actually come into the subterranean areas, to essentially use them to make sure that we have a clear path out of the system so we can make a clean jump to the coordinates that Tanaka gave us.
So I've got a concern about that, and that's that we got followed leaving the system from the base, and that's fine. We weren't making a wild jump or anything. You'd sort of expect that they'd be able to tail us if we're not.
And you were waylaid halfway in between.
Yeah, And the fact that they had a chance to catch up with us.
Right.
Yeah, and they were left alive.
Somebody argued we should, murder them all, but,
Wait. I'm sorry. Is this related to the last... Wait, who did we leave alive?
Remember, you were here, right?
The last time we were all together.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay.
So
No, I argued we killed them.
So who was it? I think it was Warren that said. keep
Warren
them
had
alive,
some
right?
strong objections.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But we took sort of a circuitous route getting to your home.
Pontus 4.
Pontus 4. Yeah. And so... my concern is GSS found us here again.
Mm-hmm.
We had their guys on our ship.
Did they plant something?
There were a lot of them. We don't know
Not
if
a
they
lot
were
of
able
us.
to
Plant something.
plant something.
Oh, okay. Well, the only
Also,
way-
there were a lot of pieces of that shuttle that rained down into our bay, so maybe there's a transponder there or something.
I mean, the only way to avoid that, if we ever want to complete this mission for Tanaka, is to get a different ship.
Well, no, we need to give our ship a once over and
Yeah,
figure out
okay,
how
well-
they followed us.
Well, then let's do that.
Yeah. Like, I think that's going to be our big priority before we leave, is not only do we have to make sure the skies are clear when it's time for us to go,
Yeah.
Make sure.
but we also have to make sure there isn't something broadcasting. our
Okay, so
location.
yeah, so Emera will be doing that while you guys search the ship. Does that make sense?
I sound we'll be doing something else, but
Dude, how much stamina do you have?
No. It's not how much stamina he has. It's how much stamina Mother has. She is going to drain him.
So he's gonna have like a minus on his rolls forward, -1 on his rolls for the
minus
next day
one,
or something.
-1 on all my stamina rolls.
He'll be feeling great.
It's sort of satisfied exhaustion.
Yeah.
+3 to my personality rolls.
Yeah, he's going to be glowing for the next episode.
No, I suppose I can search the ship.
Yeah. So we know approximately where they were in the ship at the time, and we have Warren's internal surveillance to look at. So maybe we can refer to that to see if there's.
And San knows it wasn't on the bridge.
I don't think Warren has told you about his internal surveillance. You don't know about that.
I don't.
No one
I don't
does.
think.
Only
I
Warren.
don't think we know.
Yeah. So that's Warren's thing.
Okay.
So.
I know they didn't have any access to the bridge because San was there and like they literally were just standing there. He had an eye on. I mean, we can certainly check, but he didn't see anything.
Yeah, at least a cursory check to make sure they didn't, bloop something up under a console or something.
Yeah.
Because there were like 6 of them and 1 of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, between the cargo bay, engineering, and the bridge, that's sort of like where they were.
Yeah,
But they didn't expect to They didn't expect to have us get away. This isn't a Star Wars New Hope situation. They expected to capture the ship.
Yeah, but again, they found us though.
Well, so that the commander of that ship, right?
Yes.
He was forwarded Warren's credentials, right?
Yes.
So he came over to investigate that further, because the credentials sort of checked out.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wanted to meet him face to face, and that didn't work out too well.
No.
So,
Yeah, I don't think he came away with a good impression.
no. So that's why he went back and started blowing his shit,
Gotcha.
which didn't work out too well for him. But so.
Yeah, bitch.
So it's after dinner. So you doing this now, or are we going?
I don't think it hurts to do it now.
Honestly,
Sooner we get it done, sooner we can take off in the morning. If we want to take off in the morning.
I mean,
whenever
Sam
morning
probably
is,
had a
'cause
few
there's-
drinks. He'd be happy to put it off until the morning. And he's still catching up with Cindy, so.
I mean, I assume that you said we had some people who were injured, right?
Yeah.
Is that stable? Is that be fine?
Father has a
Later.
personal physician. I'm sure that he can take a look with access to a more well-equipped med bay than
Our med bay has everything you need. I am tired of the
Everything-
aspersions
Every
you are casting
no,
on my
everything
facilities.
you need, everything we need, but not necessarily everything we want.
I mean, I do.
And it would be good for us not to make use of those resources, which are ample, if we do not necessarily need to.
Fair. I guess if you can go transfer Warren out, he's not going to mention George.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know about George.
I do not know about
I don't
George.
know about George either.
Well, we will take this
Listen to episode 3 for more details.
We will take a drink break and talk about George upstairs.
Yep. We are recording once again.
Excellent. Very good.
The George situation has been updated.
Excellent. So, you,
Me.
Emera. Yes, Emera. You go back to your room. Yeah, you pass out.
Yep.
You. What's your plan?
Part of him wants to go back to the ship and look just
Son.
because he's impatient,
Mm-hmm.
but he's so far. His age now, like he knows he doesn't have that like technical wherewithal to actually figure it out anymore,
Mhm.
which is hard for him to grasp. So he's gonna go find Cat.
Okay. And Sam.
Sam's just going to spend some time catching up with Cindy.
Okay.
You know, talking about the old times.
Sure.
And then he'll probably retire to the ship after that.
Okay. So, morning. We have, you wake up, you make your way down to the dining room, and where you are served a delicious breakfast, whatever you asked for. As you're sitting down eating, you see San walk into the room,
Bow-legged.
Stumble.
absolutely bow-legged. He can barely walk. He's
Well, let me sip a drink first.
He is stiff in all the wrong places.
What a night!
This might be a good time to point out that my mother has won competitions for her physical endurance.
Not surprised. It's quite wonderful, actually.
Yeah, you could just see the bags under his eyes. It's like he didn't even go to sleep.
I see she let you off easy.
Oh, that's easy. I'll come back for another night.
I did not know you were a masochist, but I will take that under advisement.
Sam, so what did you? Did you talk to Cindy and went back to the ship?
Yep.
Did you do anything with the ship, or you just go to your quarters and pass the fuck out?
I think he's going to go and check on George and
Yep.
Warren to make sure they're fine before he does that. But yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Yep, they're stable.
And he's going to do the
Good
same
enough.
when he wakes up.
Okay. Yep.
And, you know, if there's an invitation to breakfast, he's definitely going to go get some.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He
Yep.
wants to try making some omelets with real eggs.
Nice.
Want to change of pace?
Yeah,
Yep.
really.
Mhm.
I mean, because, like, it doesn't matter how you whip that, you know, that powdered carbohydrate replacement substitute thing. It's never like real eggs.
All right.
Make sure one eggs beat. Make
It's
sure
like one of those protein powders that like you put into smoothies and things like that.
So-
Worse.
You should be so lucky.
You've all eaten, and now you're off to your respective your duties and plans. So let's start with Emera.
So Emma's gonna take a I guess the equivalent would be like she's going to borrow father's tram
Mhm.
and head to the main administrative station of the planet.
Okay.
And she is going to, with his authorization, make temporary use of the main sensor array to orient it to essentially look skyward, or I guess look out kind of into the broader system to
Sure.
scan for other ships.
Okay. Roll plus interface.
You know, when I was designing Emera, I really should have just taken that extra +2 or that extra +1 for interface.
Better than Sans -1 in interface.
That is a 10.
Excellent. All right, so you make quick work of it. You see, accessing the networks, the various networks of the planet. You have like lower orbit. You have your satellites that provide the reflected sunlight to the surface of the planet, and the collectors that take it in and distribute. Above that, you have your scanning, your long-range sensors, and the next layer are your planetary defenses, right? So you see nothing within the system, and you see nothing outside the system besides typical commerce. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. With that, Emera is going to I'm trying to think if it's probably not her. She's not the type to like try and install a subroutine or anything like that. To, like keep it active and feed it to the ship.
So as you're monitoring,
yeah,
right? One of the it's not quite blips on a radar, but you can see transponder codes, basically along the defined path of safe warp travel, right? Or jump travel rather.
What is not a copy?
So you see one. It's a transport ship, and the transponder code turns off. And
so it's just like noted as like an unidentified ship.
It's not even noted. It just disappears, and then it reappears. And that's all. That's all you really notice.
I'm going to ask one of the technicians if this happens on a regular basis.
Nope, must be a problem with their transponder or something. It happens every once in a while.
Can you hail them when their transponder comes back on?
They're pretty far out. We probably won't hear us from here. Being a small ship. But
why don't you give it a try?
Yeah, if you do that.
That would be wonderful.
No problem.
Audio only, please.
Sure.
That might help improve the signal.
Okay. It's gonna be a while, but I'll let you know.
Thank you. Yeah. What's your name, sir?
Bob.
Bob? Bob. Do you have a family surname, Bob?
Jones.
Bob Jones. Thank you. Do you have a rank?
No.
Thank you, unidentified Officer Bob Jones.
Well, not really an officer, really. I'm just
enlisted
radar tech, just doing my job.
Thank you, radar tech Bob Jones. Just another small question. It's not terribly important. I'm just amused by idle curiosity.
I'm sorry, what?
In your experience, has there been any testing of just how robust Pontus IV's planetary defenses have been?
You're going to have to use small words than that. I don't...
What would be the sort of attack force that could blow through Pontus IV's defenses?
So, like, another, like, big ships coming in and shoot stuff and...
Yes, that.
You're probably going to have to talk to my boss about that. I don't really know.
May I talk to your boss?
Sure, it's right there. Hey, what can I do you for?
I'm amazed at the way that my father organizes... Never mind. I'm trying to get some information on just what sort of force Pontus IV could could push back against if push came to shove.
Why is she talking like that now? She talks like that. Anyway, what force? Well, you see, just recently we had those drop pods.
Yes. What was going on?
They were stealthed. They passed through our planetary defenses, but our internal defenses, we spotted them and we took them out. Well,
Did you?
-3.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that. But that's not us. That we're just
No. I'm not saying it's yours.
Who's the
responsibility. What I'm asking is, I thank you for letting me know. So, what exactly is being done to? She's about to say ameliorate, and then she's like, fix that situation so it doesn't happen again. Just in the event that it does.
Well,
I'm very concerned, obviously.
Well, we're on the route now, and the drop ships are just gonna, sort of bounce off the doors, and we'll just blow into pieces, But ships in orbit will just fucking blow into pieces,
Like you did last time. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, there was no ship to blow up last time. We don't know where they came from.
And yet they made it their way down 3 miles of multi-gated tunnels.
Well, yes, but
No, but yes.
but no, but yes, but no, but yes, but.
Let me allow me to. So, Father, the governor, is he's a very
Oh, she's a name drop on this one.
well-spirited man, and I know that he appreciates all the work you've done, and you do.
Yes.
But the situation yesterday left him a bit shaken, and I think he would appreciate if he knew that there were more active steps being taken to protect this world than something that would allow even 3 dropships to go through.
Well, they're very small, These are big.
Small enough to fit through the gates?
Yes, they're very, big and
The
small.
giant metal reinforced gates.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I'm sure. So, I'm sure he would love to see a plan for what is being done to address that.
Well, I could definitely bring that up with my boss. And
And is your boss the next seat over too?
No, he's behind me.
Oh, no. He's behind me.
Definitely. No, not him. He's stupid.
Anyway, I just wanted to put it onto your proverbial radar.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes, I thought it would be something that would be...
Yeah, I get
Yes,
that one.
yes,
Yeah,
bravo.
that's very funny.
Thank you.
Definitely, we'll step up.
Please.
We'll step it up and be sure to. I will let you personally know if anything odd happens.
Thank you. And Emma's gonna turn and leave.
Okay.
I would probably be in the bridge just because that's where I was, so I kind of at least knew where they were. Probably trying to inspect to see if he can see anything planted or anything like that.
Okay, roll assessment,
Assessment thing. Let's see.
which would be
That's-
plus.
it's stat dependent, right?
Yes,
So-
it is stat dependent. So you're looking around. Let's do.
I think it depends on his approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you looking for it?
Like, are you using a device to scan? Are you
No,
physically opening up doors and?
No, I think Son's a little more old-fashioned. I think he's just opening doors, and he's not really super in with the whole technology thing. So I think he's just going the old-school route and just kind of literally getting down on the ground, checking stuff, opening panels to see if anything looks weird, see if any wires were pulled off.
Yeah.
Very more old-fashioned.
Okay.
That'd be like metal? I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, it would be either metal or physique, I assume, if it's kind of a physical...
Let me,
Yeah, it's apocalypse world. It's easy to say, oh yeah, that's sharp, but
Yeah.
Right. But what chapter is that in? 2?
I think.
Well, it's
think
either metal,
Yeah, the
physique,
ops. Yeah. Hold on.
influence...
Assessment. Let's see. So let's see. Stealth, focus, or cunning? No. Research or experimentation? No. Exploration, labor, or strenuous activity?
Maybe that.
Performs interviews or gossip. Yeah, let's
I
go
think it's
plus physique, I think. Well, that sounds weird, though.
Well, I think it's cunning. It's having the foresight to check all the
Yeah, so let's
the
do
nooks
metal.
and crannies.
Plus metal.
Works better for me. That's +2.
Never mind. Let's do it.
No, that's a 5-7.
Good thing it was +2.
All right. So as you're looking around, you're pulling panels off, sort of not really knowing how to do what you're doing, but you're definitely
break
getting
the
them off, and you're looking around. You don't find anything, and you did a pretty good job. But as you turn around and look at the bridge, you just see behind you all of the panels are off, and you don't really know how to put them back on.
Oh, crap.
So you're left with just a giant mess, but you haven't found
It's a
anything.
good thing I slept with Emera's mother. Now she'll be able to fix this for me, and I have
I
something
would
on
not
her.
suggest that that's a good thing.
All the stories,
Sam.
all the stories I have.
So, Sam knows that San's checking the bridge, and so he's gonna go check the engine room to see if he can find anything that would be suspicious.
Same roll.
Well, how's he going to do it? Is he going to do it a different way?
Yeah, I assume. Well, yeah. How are you checking?
So Sam figures if they had anything that's doing something like this, they'd have to have it physically wired in.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna look for any source of power and anything that's out of place. Basically, if anything that looks shiny and new is counts as out of place here.
That's a very fair point.
And so that's what he's gonna keep a lookout for. He's gonna. It's not going to be invasive. He's not going to be unplugging anything or cutting any cords or anything, but he wants to be fairly thorough. So pretty much any access panel he's going to open and poke around in.
Sure.
All right. So what would that be?
I would say the same thing, metal.
Okay. That is a 6. 7.
7. All right. So you're rooting around in there, taking panels off, sort of poking your head in, seeing as far up and down conduits as you can, and there's a massive mess of wires everywhere, going every which direction. So you're underneath a console, and you think you see something. You're not quite sure though, and you reach up to touch it. And you get a giant feedback surge through it, and you take a massive shock through your arm.
Oh, scheisse.
And it's numb, like you can't move your arm.
Whoa.
Yeah, Ace Ventura. Yeah.
No cooking pizza rolls for you.
And your tips of your fingers are burned.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this what's the
pills
severity on this one?
Minor injury.
Okay.
But yeah, you think you see something, but you're not sure.
All right. So electrical burns aside, probably want to look a little closer on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, are there any sort of technical manuals I can pull up on this console that would tell me if that's the real thing or not?
Emera's probably got like a handwritten series of notes posted on almost every single access panel, what's inside and
as far as schematic diagrams of pathways and stuff like that, you can this ship has been rehashed and shortcutted and redone so many times. You pull up the original schematics of this console and it looks absolutely nothing like what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
Yeah, and Emera's notes are just like, what?
Yeah.
So
They're written in Emera-ese.
yeah.
So I think Sam's just going to call Emera up on a
Okay.
communicator. Emera, I'm going to send you a picture. I need you to tell me if this doohickey in the picture should be there or not.
Wait, what are you doing? Why are you in the access panels?
We are searching for any device that might be broadcasting our location to the GSS.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought it was a good plan.
No, I agree. Our skies are clear, by the way. We just seem so. If we're going to be tracked, then it is going to be something on the ship. So I think that's a fair plan.
I don't know how to react to this reaction. Anyway, here's the picture. Click.
No, that's not supposed to be.
Well then.
So, rip it out, or?
No.
Ooh. Put it on some other ship. Some random other ship. Maybe someone you don't like.
Emera freezes, like, you know. Father. She puts the phone down for a second. She's like, Father, who in the, who's on the planet who's not typically, who's a visitor of particular renown? Do we have any, I don't know, high-ranking functionaries, or...
No, they're in and out of here all the time.
Yeah, any of your old drinking buddies.
Oh! Drinking... Yes, the other night we were playing poker.
Yeah, I'm not...
And he owes me 20 credits.
Yes, so how about...
I mean, it's nothing, 20 credits.
No, I know, but he may not know that.
But
It's the principle
It-
of the SIG.
I was actually
Sam calling
wondering
the communicator.
if we might be able to if you could ask for a tour of the ship for yourself and your daughter and one of her what are those friends things
you lost me. I don't know what you're talking about again.
don't worry, less you know the better. If you could just arrange maybe for
Right.
just a tour of the ship, you'd be you'd be amenable to for forgiving the debt.
So you want a tour of their ship?
Yes, please, and along with one of my my shipmates.
I mean,
It's just nice to get ideas.
fine.
Think of it as
it's a rather large ship. I mean, it's transport. It's very large. It's in orbit.
That's
You have to go up.
that's totally right.
I mean,
I'm sure we can
I mean,
go
I
up
can
to meet
arrange
them.
some sort of transport. Maybe you have your own ship.
Yes, we do. But I think that think of it as
I mean,
the way that a painter.
where did you get that ship?
Don't
It's really. I mean, I could
Father,
set you
it's-
up with something a little bit better than that.
Ember paused, like, what? Let's hold off on that for now, in case it's necessary.
Do you want us to buy back your shares in the ship?
No.
Okay.
How about you just arrange the tour, and we will go out to meet them, and you can agree to forgive the meaningless 20 credit debt.
So why do you want to go visit a ship?
Well, you know,
You got the
it's
door
like
bamboozled.
it's like how a
Who are you
painter.
talking to?
Don't worry about it. It's like how a painter enjoys
Hello.
to view. Emma's gonna put it on mute.
I think she put me on mute.
It's like how a painter enjoys visiting galleries to get inspiration. You know, our ship is not necessarily the best ship. I'd like to see how other ships enjoy.
What happened to you? You were so interesting, and now you just want to look at ships.
I assure you, it is for a dedicated purpose.
Right. Sure, fine. I'll call him.
Thank you, Father.
Did you put me on mute?
I'm sorry, we must have had a bad connection. Did you say something?
Yeah, likely story. Now my feelings are hurt.
Okay, so the plan is to remove this thing, whatever it is, and bring it to another ship.
Bring it to another ship, and then so it looks like we're going out, and then we're
So
essentially
we
pausing.
leave it connected until we dock with the other ship, and then quickly
we
get
swap it
in,
over on the tour,
and then we
then we bug it out of there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan.
I like this plan. It's so tricky.
So, so you as you're walking, I guess you're going to go back to the ship to help with the. So, you hear in your ear, sort of like a click. Miss
Lobos.
Yes, Lobos. Hi, it's Bob.
Bob.
Yes, I'm not sure what your title is, but yes. So I was going to call you if I found something, and well, I didn't really find something, but
But you found something?
well, I didn't really find anything. Something went away. Remember when you were standing there and the transponder turned off and it turned back on? It happened again. It was the same ship.
And is it approaching the planet?
Yes. It's about 15 hours away, I suppose, give or take.
Thank you, Bob.
But,
Have you been able to hail them?
No, not yet. No, I'll let you know when that happens. Would you want me to say something to them?
I suppose, well, you typically have a lot of ships come into this part.
Well, it's all really buttons, really. They just, I get the request on the screen thing here, and they just say, "Hey, I'm over here, and I want to come in and take the stuff, and then I want to leave," and they say, "Okay."
Yes, so I think the key there.
Chris is very optimistic about the future of his profession.
That's exactly what it's going to be. Boop, boop, boop.
I think the key there would be no sudden moves, so feel free to continue doing whatever it is that you normally do. I'm not going to ask you to...
oh, not a whole lot.
I'm not going to ask you to do anything that, you wouldn't normally do. Except in one particular case. If you could just pass along their stated mission, and particularly who on the planet authorized their arrival, because I know these sorts of things.
Well, I just did.
No. Usually you need authorization from your boss or your boss's boss. So, and I know that's easy to check for you because they're right there and right there, respectively. And if there's a reason, or if there's regularly scheduled pickups. And she's trying not to lose her patience with this guy because she feels like he's a complete dullard.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trying to speak very slowly and very respectfully.
Well, Miss Lobos, so I have authorized their entry into into orbit of the planet because they are requesting to. Why am I going this way? I don't know.
It's so infectious.
It's so infectious. Anyway.
This is joyful.
Anyway. Guy talking.
Bob
to,
Jones.
Yes. So.
University.
Yes. Bob Jones. Yeah, but I already authorized them because that's my job.
Presumably they told you something.
Yes.
In which case,
They told me where they wanted to land.
They did.
Did they
It's
have
all
a
right here.
stated reason?
Yes, the reason everyone wants to come here is to pick up supplies and then they leave.
Yes, and whom are they meeting when they arrive?
Well, hold on, ma'am. It's It looks like it is. They're coming. It's about two provinces away, about 200 kilometers south of us. Looks like 300 containers of I don't know what that is. Stuff. It's like 300 containers of something. They're just picking it up.
Could you forward the information along to my artificial intelligence unit, please?
Boss. And yeah, it pops up.
Okay. Do I recognize the names of anyone on, like, the receiving side? Like, essentially someone on the planet who might be...
So
granting
with the
these-
information he sends you, like
Yes.
you have this transponder code, you have the history of every single transaction this ship has made with the planet,
Yes.
right? So it tells you it's been here every basically almost every other month, plus or minus, picking up large units of cargo, basically agricultural goods,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, plant materials, stuff, and byproducts, and then carting it off. It's registered to someone who's been back and forth, you know, and it has a crew listing of 6. And yeah, anything else you want to know? It's just a very large container ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much.
Do I recognize the, I guess, the local, you know, company or authorizer that is exchanging with them?
No, you don't. No.
Okay.
No. So, yeah. So with that, you are making your way back to the ship, and you walk into the bridge first, and you just see a giant
What the fuck happened
mess.
to the bridge?
Well, I was looking for trackers or whatever.
Oh,
and,
dear Lord.
apparently, I was a little worn out by your mother last night, and couldn't quite figure out how to get the doors back on.
Couldn't figure out how to get the sing and the sing.
Yes, I'm sure closing the gate is something that's impossible for you. Oh my god, I don't want to go there.
I did close well last night.
No, just no.
You see?
No.
I'm gonna go see what Sam's
No.
doing,
Yes, please. Anywhere else.
and he leaves.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to see Sam as well. So now all 3 of you are in engineering, and Sam points out the.
Yeah, that's the thing. Be very careful.
Oh
It's
dear.
a hand, all right.
I had to put ointment on this. It stings.
Your arm, it looks a bit
Crispy, yeah. I know.
dangly as well. That's a good word, dangly.
Well, I mean, I almost got the
It's bad,
the
no?
feeling back in there, but yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
going to take some time.
Kona? Yes, boss. I gotta say, I've been having so much fun meeting father and mother again. They're not your father and mother. We're not siblings. It's important to note this. I know, I just feel so welcome whenever I'm home. It's not your home. It's my home.
But I mean, why can't it be his home too? It's very big.
You're not, no,
Did
do
you
not
know-
take his side.
Didn't your father create?
We're not getting into the discussion. This is
Perhaps
not
it
a
is
matter
the
of
greatest
debate.
act of creation.
Kona, I would like you to see if you can detach that particular device while allowing it to remain active. Please. Well, sure thing, but I really think it'd be a great idea if you would be okay with me calling them father and mother, because I think that would be totally appropriate given our history.
Kona, I'm gonna side with Emera on this one. We got business to do.
Maybe if you do it, she'll be more apt
I
to
don't
say
need
yes.
advice.
So
I'm trying to help you.
you
Emma.
transfer Kona into the ship systems.
Yes.
And there's you can't using the console there or any sort of AI. You can't like block it off. It has to be physically removed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try, is I'm going to make use of my my upgrade skill, and try and adapt my jumpsuit to have kind of protection from the shock that it delivers.
Okay.
So I don't, because I only.
How are you doing that? How are you adapting it?
So I'm going to essentially try and add, because I know from Sam's experience that it discharges electrically. So I'm going to essentially try and build in a ground wire to my suit, so that any electrical discharge will essentially be fed into, I don't know, some sort of grounding element, be it a battery or a harmless, exit point for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that process would be plus expertise, but the design of it seems pretty simple. So I'll just have you roll for the roll plus physique for removing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
so as opposed to an expertise and a physique roll, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because
Okay.
because I think like designing some sort of grounding system is not hard for you.
Yeah. That is well, physique is it's not, well, doesn't really matter. It's plus 0, so it's a 7.
All
As
right.
long as it's not -1.
Yeah.
So yeah, you struggle at first, right? It's sort of it's up in there. So like your arm is up inside this console, and you're struggling for a while, and you finally like you think you have it, and it lets go, and when it does, it discharges again.
Yeah.
Right, and it blows the console out, and you it arcs. Like you have the system sort of on your suit, like you have this sort of ground wristband,
Yeah.
right, and sort of wires on your glove, right, as you're pulling this thing out, but it arcs from that wristband into your neck, so you get singed in your neck as well. So you take a minor injury,
Okay.
into your neck, and yeah, that console is burned out, but you have removed it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, the things I do for this shit. Blood, sweat, and tears, I suppose. And I'm gonna kind of crawl down out of the little tube area, whatever it is, and I'm holding the consoles. Like, who would like to deposit this on our new tour bus?
Well, you were so good with it.
Don't look at me, you saw right in the bridge.
San, as the only person who has not been injured by this, that is available at present,
You did see what I did in the bridge, right? Correct.
all you really have to do is just plant the thing.
It's easier said than done, but I suppose I can do that.
Well, here's an idea. Why don't we take it on the ship, and rather than being given a tour in a sensitive area with lots of wires that could be stuck to, San starts regaling them with a tale of how this reminds him of the time he was on the set of Star Blaster 7.
Yes, with the Millennium Eagle.
Yeah! That famous ship,
Century Eagle.
that was Star Blaster's 4.
Yes, good. He understands he's watched them. Have you not watched them, Emera? You must have a word with your mother again next time
I
see
found
her.
textbooks far more interesting.
The pop culture standbys. Come on.
Where did you come from?
Engage with our culture.
You just met my parents. You know exactly where I came
know,
from.
and I haven't really talked to your father much, but you're nothing like your mother.
I consider that a wonderful thing.
Or are you?
Yeah. Oh, am I?
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we just go up and...
Yeah.
Right.
You get to actually roll influence for once.
So so your father's given you the option of either taking a transport up, or you can just take the fortune if you'd like.
No, I think we would take the fortune because we want to. Once it's planted, we want to get out of there ASAP, especially before this other ship comes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you make way and you depart, and the giant doors open up, and you make your way. You know, up into orbit, and you dock with this rather large cargo ship. It's pretty huge, and you're escorted by one of the crew, and you find the captain of the ship.
Emma's like a kid in a candy store. She's like, she hasn't been around something so pristine in so long. She's just really excited. She starts like asking all these like incredibly technical, intricate questions about like ship systems and how do you do this with such pristine systems, and when was the last time you had a full system update. And
Ooh, well, I'm so glad you asked. I really like to keep a tight ship. I'll tell you what.
I aspire to keep a tight ship. I would love to see some of your processes.
Why don't you go talk to my engineer? She will take you down to engineering and show you everything you want to know.
Oh, that would be a wonderful idea.
Excellent. How are you two gentlemen?
Love is very good.
Yeah.
Stop it!
Now, with my fame move, everyone kind of knows who I am.
Oh, I know absolutely who you are.
Very good. This ship is.
It's so nice to meet. I actually.
Are you a fan?
Can you come to my office?
I would love to. Would you like a picture?
I have a picture.
Oh.
I think you would like it signed.
I would like it signed. Can you do that?
Of course, I can sign it for anything for a
Oh,
fan.
thank you so much. My daughter would very much appreciate it.
I do love my fans.
No, we love you.
This ship is just wonderful. It reminds me so much of the Millennium Eagle. It's lovely.
Oh yes.
Star Blaster 3.
7. No, that was 7.
No, it's 3.
Oh,
7 was the Centurion Falcon. We
Oh,
changed a couple of ships.
I'm so embarrassed.
It's all right. I can't keep them straight myself either. Can't even keep my language right.
Neither can I. So, the good governor. He said he wanted a tour.
I would love a tour.
Yeah, but, I mean, I could show you around.
Of course.
But here, sign. Can you sign this?
Is it here?
Yeah.
Down the office?
No, right there. I have it with me.
He keeps it on hand.
You knew I was coming and just carried. Oh,
No, I have it. To Beth.
To Beth.
Love.
San Holo.
San Holo.
XXO.
Oh.
Yeah, I can get spicy like that.
Yeah. I
You can
heard.
ask her mother, yes.
What?
Oh, that's engineering. Engineering?
Oh yes. Follow me.
Thank you.
So he takes you down to engineering, and it's basically a clean room. And
Emma's so
Then
envious.
it's not
she's-
very clean anymore.
and this is engineering. Then what would you like to see?
Your clean rooms are so pristine. There's no jury rigging. There's no need for lists of how to bypass.
What century
Oh
are
my
you in?
goodness gracious!
You just controlled the ship right here.
I'm in awe. I'm really in awe. I'd just like to ask you a few questions about some particular systems, and I'm going to make use of technobabble, which is one of Emera's skills,
Okay.
and it allows me to use expertise in place of influence.
Excellent.
So I am going to attempt to kind of distract the engineering crew by asking about systems, so that one of these two can install the.
So what do you want to know?
Oh, I want to know everything. Well, there's so much. There's so much. Now, you may not think that this is a particularly sophisticated or developed system.
Who has the piece at this point?
You do.
I do.
That is a 10.
Very good. You have captured his attention. So Sam and San, not Han, San. What are you doing? They're just sort of standing. So
I'm just drawing in all the engineering crew to talk about all these very different.
The most well-lit space you have ever seen in your life. The walls are white. The floors are white. There's a console in the middle of the room with a nice. It's also a white casing. Has a blue screen and a basically a black button that says menu on it. And on the other side of the room, there's a glass window where you can see the core of the engine. Okay.
Yeah, this is very bad at what we got.
Only Emera talked to her father, but could have gotten a new ship.
Right, but we want to be partial owners of that ship. That's the problem.
Yes, fair
You'll
point,
be
fair
owned
point.
by her.
Yes, fair point, fair
Do you
point.
want her to be the boss?
God, no. Shoot myself.
Yeah, then we could just go buy another shitty ship.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Anyway, isn't this panel here so interesting?
Very nice.
Yeah. Let's have us a little non-invasive, non-sabotaging look inside.
And Emera has the complete crew paying attention to her, right?
Say again?
She has the attention.
That's
she's
what.
gathered.
That's what.
No, yeah. So this is not crewed by a massive.
Okay.
Everything
You
is
said there was
very.
like 6 people on it, right?
No,
Or
so
no, that was
the one,
the blinking
the ship
ship, yeah,
inbound. This one has just a couple of people.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much to run a ship.
Especially when it's this well maintained.
This well maintained and automated.
Oh.
So it's just you and the captain guy.
All right. Guess we're gonna. Pray to God I have a good roll.
Well, I can help. I mean, I'm actually not bad with at least the wiring.
So you guys are going to.
Together is good.
So you guys are first going to open up a panel, and then you're going to attach this device inside the panel.
Yes.
So you guys can choose which one of you will roll physique for the panel, and then which one of you will roll metal for attaching.
+2 on metal and +1 on physique.
I will open the panel.
Okay.
So you're gonna do physique.
Yeah, we're gonna try to very gently muscle this piece of shit open. And that's a 10.
Nice. You successfully open up the panel.
Let's see if we can just slide this right up in here.
What's it?
That's a 5.
What?
That was a
That's
5.
That was a 5.
What your friend is doing? Excuse me.
Oh, I'm
Oh, son.
Oh, would you like another?
What are you doing?
I was just taking a look at something.
What's your
Look,
doing?
I don't. You know what? I have so much trouble
What
keeping him away from anything. Look,
what are you doing?
This looked like it was something on a Millennium Eagle. I just was curious. We had so much problems with this on the set. I wanted to see if there's the
I
same
don't remember
thing.
that scene in the movie.
Well, this was behind the scenes. It wasn't in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. Would you like to hear about it?
What are you doing?
I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
No, to my ship. Why is the panel off
I
of
was
the...
looking at it.
That doesn't make any sense.
It fell off.
Sergeant, can you come to engineering, please? I have to ask you to leave, please. You've been so kind signing my stuff for me, but I just can't.
No,
I have strict rules on this ship.
Well, okay, I mean, but it seems to me it's like it's the panel's fault. It did fall off.
Panels don't fall off the ship. They don't do that. You must leave.
What ships don't have panels falling off?
My ship. Please leave.
Ship
It's time for you to go.
It was ship eyes.
My sergeant will escort you off. Thank you so much for signing my picture.
I feel bad. Would you like at least a photo to give with your daughter before we leave? I'd be happy to take a photo with you. If you'd like to give it to your daughter, that way. Live picture instead of one that the one you have, which was good when I looked so much. Huh?
Influence.
Right. 7. God damn, I'm having troubles with those.
I would really like a photo, but you could.
I'll even sign it to you.
Oh. You must. Fine. You could. Yes, I would like a photo, but you must take it on the bridge. Not in engineering. I want it on the bridge with the.
Of course, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
After you.
Is
No,
he?
I guess we're gonna go with him.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Let's go.
we'll go with him.
So head to the bridge.
Okay.
So close.
Not nice.
As we're on the way there, where's the bathroom? I need to use the facilities.
Well, Sergeant, where are you? Okay. Someone will help you very shortly. Here he is.
Where's the facilities? Could you lead me there?
Down the hall.
Oh my goodness. Are you ill?
No,
Then you may have a congenital disorder.
probably.
Open your mouth and say ah. Oh. Yes. Well, there are striking and amazing advances in dental science that, we really don't need if you just brush your fucking teeth.
The bathroom is that way.
Yeah, I'm going. God.
So he escorts you, just down the hall. There's a lavatory in the hallway, basically right there. Probably like around a corner, and there's a bathroom.
All right. Well, that got Sergeant away. So maybe Emera could use.
Yeah.
an opening
So,
here.
am I? So, he's leading us. The captain is leading us.
You go to the bridge. Yep. Well, yeah, sort of. Yeah. Yep.
When we're on our way, can I see if I can have Kona tap into the system to essentially activate the I don't know if it would be like an alarm or
So with Kona, you roll interface to
Yes.
to
Access.
gain access to a system.
oh, that's
to-
right. We discussed. Yeah, we
Yes.
discussed this.
To do additional things.
Right.
Would probably take another interface roll.
Yeah,
on
so I'd have
top
to
of that
succeed at
to
both,
do
which
that.
would be a very tall order, and chances are I'd probably fail at something.
Is there maybe some way you could use expertise to fiddle with wiring?
Well, I'd have to. The problem is I have to get away. I
Well,
have to.
San can try and distract him with the whole photo thing. It depends if anyone else is.
Well, no, because we're going to go to the bridge, and presumably there's more than one person on the bridge. Is the point?
Well, what if I try and stop him? Like, if the lighting is good in this particular spot, like.
Shabam.
Take 2 of trying to figure out what the hell to do.
So Josh and I were discussing this upstairs.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're gonna take
maybe
the
we
Empire Strikes
race-
Back route.
gracefully bow out of this.
Yep.
Get back on our ship. Hastily rig up an external power supply and a magnet and throw it out the door of their ship.
And if not, if they leave before we do, then we'll throw it into the regular shipping corridor where all the other ships usually go. Because because Bob Jones, BJ, what I'm gonna call BJ,
I like that.
Mr. BJ, told us that there were like regular shipping corridors where all the ships that come and go.
Yes. Well, this is true of every planetary.
No,
system
of course,
throughout-
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
So-
But the point is that we toss this thing
Mm-hmm.
into essentially the main artery
Sure.
of the planet. So some random passing ship is going to get is going to
I
get
mean,
a.
space is still pretty big.
It is pretty big, but it depends on
Yeah.
the strength of the magnet.
Big
But the
space
po-
theory.
Yeah, but the alternative is that it just stays there, and as far as the GSS is concerned, it's still detached from our ship. So we are still in orbit as
Okay.
far as the GSS is concerned.
Sure.
Alright, so I think we want to just let San take his apology photo.
Yeah.
And
And we'll
Save face so he doesn't have
Yeah.
any ill will towards your father or anything.
Yeah, and actually, this actually potentially works out better because if, thinking ahead, like, if the GSS tracks them down, finds them, they'd be able to track it back to us.
Mhm.
So doing it anonymously, quote
Yeah.
unquote, actually saves us some.
well, they
potential-
know it. They're gonna know it came from us anyway because.
Well, no, but my point is that they're not going to be able to have.
No, but
Yeah, but they're not going to have a personal connection back, I guess is what I'm saying.
I don't think I'm too concerned about that. Just because if they are scratching their heads as to how this transponder got here,
Fair enough.
it's like then mission
Yeah, of course we
accomplished.
should. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
All right.
So what do we need to do to get this rigged up?
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, we need to attach a power source, and we
Okay.
need to attach a magnet. So is that
Who is doing that?
Emera's probably doing that.
Not Sam.
Emera's probably doing that.
Okay, so roll plus expertise.
Expertise it is.
I mean,
Wait. So right now, you and him are on the bridge about
Well-
to take a picture.
Well, no. He's going to take a picture, and then we're going to
I
leave.
think we're just going to kind of fast forward. We're going to take the picture and just go. If we want to do
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why wait?
thank you so much.
Oh, very well.
Oh, thank you.
you should get your sergeant's throat with that. I think there's something seriously wrong there.
That's a 13.
Wow. Okay, so you have created, you have interfaced with this device, and you have created a sustainable power source that will power it and to the appropriate levels that it broadcasts appropriately. Yeah. Yeah.
You used
So-
appropriate twice, but I think
I know
was
that's what I
appropriate.
was going over. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So
And then we
You
dump
have
it
done
out
your
into
job.
the main shipping lane, and then take our jump.
did you want to try to attach it to the hull of this
I think
cargo
we want to
ship?
try to
Yeah.
get it to stick to that.
How are you
Yeah.
going to do that?
So I assume
We're still
Emera gets it
docked.
together pretty fast.
Maybe.
With that
How
one.
are you?
So
How did
when
did you dock with like an airlock sort of thing, or did you just land in their cargo bay and?
no, I think we did an airlock.
Yeah, probably.
There's
An
no need to
umbilical.
deploy the shuttle at this point.
Well, this thing is big enough that it can take the Aerodis Fortune in its cargo bay.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a very large ship.
Oh, okay.
So, how,
Like
how-
the
that-
Millennium Falcon to the Death Star.
not that quite that large.
Not quite that large, alright.
No, it's more like a what's that word? Doesn't matter. Not important.
Because you can't find the word.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Corbellian cruiser. Is that? I don't know. Sounds right.
So, like Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me, where you have the
don't
giant
remember.
tanker that can take the... I'm sorry, spoilers. For a movie that came out in 1981.
So think of an aircraft carrier.
I'm sorry, 1980...
And think of a
79.
Hornet inside.
79.
A what?
A Hornet. F-18. Right? That's the size comparison.
That's pretty disparate there.
Yeah.
So, I guess if it's that big, we would have just landed inside.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
So then I guess as we're, space reversing out, one of us opens the airlock
Yeah, and just kind
Chucks
of
it.
drops it out.
so that it attaches to the outer hull.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just chucking it.
Well, not just chucking it. You
Gracefully,
make it sound so artless.
gracefully throwing it.
Well, you gotta put some oomph against it, right?
I think Chris is saying
It's a
that
jump
we
shot.
need someone to roll something, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I would volunteer to use my jumpsuit, but the way my
Who's-
rolls have been going.
Who's trucking this thing?
Not Emera, she rigged it up. Someone with some more physical aim / physique.
Sam's got it.
Okay, roll plus physique. So you're standing in this airlock, you have this thing in your hand,
It's-
and you're departing, and you're just gonna fucking whip this thing at the hull of the ship, and hopefully it sticks.
Your rolls are better than
That
mine.
as they
So is this some sort of magnet?
Yeah, it's magnetized.
Magnetized? Okay.
Alright.
But the magnet only, so like I put a timer on it,
Mhm.
so the magnet only activates after, like enough time for us to clear the...
Okay.
So that's okay.
So,
So
not,
it's like it
not
takes
too
some-
fast and not too slow.
As they used to say on old Earth, yeet!
Oh no!
Oh, come on.
No.
They
Oh,
needed the
and
dice
under.
off the table. 7.
7.
At least it's not a fail. Well, better than what it landed on.
Nice. So, as you depart, right? So this is think of Spaceballs 1, right?
Yep.
It's a very long ass ship, right? So you're departing from the center of that cargo ship, right? You come out of the cargo bay door, and you make sort of a left turn out towards the front of the ship, right? You're just waiting for the perfect moment, right? And
Now is the time.
now is the time, and you take. What the fuck?
You're not even
I
doing
was
a
wondering if you
character
were doing that
voice.
intentionally or not.
You it just comes out.
He's lost his voice now. He's lost his natural voice.
You take it and you just seize the moment because it's getting a little bit too late. You're like, fuck, I should throw this thing right now. You fucking whip it, right? And the bridge of the ship sort of is right there, and it ends up stuck between two panes of the bridge. And it's sort of like if you were standing on the bridge and if you just stood over a little bit to the left, like what the fuck is that? So it's right, what the fuck is that? So it's stuck, but it could be noticed pretty well. It's like
This enormous ship.
Let's go.
It's alright, not everyone gets it on their first try.
It's like it's 0.01% window, and I get it stuck to the edge of the window.
Don't roll a 7.
God damn it! I'm so embarrassed.
So
Where? It's gone. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the Tanaka coordinates.
Yeah, let's get out before
Well,
they notice.
let's take a circuitous route.
Yeah, still.
Okay.
So where do you want to go?
So I think rather than just going straight there, we head to a major trade hub, or a minor trade hub, somewhere in between, and then go.
Yeah, because we still want to stay out of line of the GSS. So
So where are we going?
So tell me where you're going.
minor hub.
A minor trade hub as a stopover before we head there, because we don't want to go to.
So where are you
The
going?
wrong
Has
exit.
anyone talked to Tanaka and asked where the coordinates are?
Have we role played that? No. I assume we would have asked at some point.
Okay, so you do know exactly where you're
Yeah.
going. Okay.
Yeah, I assume, like...
He probably included it, like, when we were...
Yeah, so
when we
we'd be
left.
ready to leave, yeah.
So where is it? Where is that?
Where's the drop-off point?
Yeah.
Or where are we going to the hub?
So, I think it's a small holding for the Tanaka.
Is it like an asteroid belt where, like, they mine whatever?
Yeah, they mine for rare metals
Yeah.
in this asteroid belt. There isn't a whole lot in this system. The biggest operation is the Tanaka mining operation there.
So basically, as soon as we go to that system, it's obvious what we're going there for. So we need to go somewhere else first, is your point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just if there is somebody, another observer here, because we don't have anything on the ship actively broadcasting our location anymore.
Right.
But, like, there could still be somebody in GSS employ who can track us as we're leaving the system. And if we're leaving on the lane that leads straight there,
Yeah.
we don't want that.
No, I'm fine with that. Let's I'm fine with heading to a minor trade hub.
Yeah.
So, are you looking for a name?
I'm waiting for whoever's piloting the ship to tell me where they're going.
Well, I think.
I guess that's me now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since Carrie is... what do I need to roll for that? Anything, or...
You're all supposed to be famous ship pilot. Why are you complaining?
I was an actor. I did learn how to do it, but... So yes, let's go to Setlantis.
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 Setlantis. That's the stopover?
Yes.
Setlantis, is that prime, or is that 2 or 3 or 8?
Just Setlantis.
It's a...
What kind of trade hub is it? Is it a planet? Is it a space station? Is it?
I think it's
what
space
is it?
station.
Yeah, it's a private space station.
Okay.
Maybe it's like in like far orbit around like a red dwarf star. So
yeah, I
like
was about to
it,
say dwarf star.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it can collect enough power to keep itself going, but it's not like burned out by it.
Okay. Have you been there before?
I think San would have been there at some point in his travels. Probably hasn't been there for a while, but I think he'd remember the way to get there.
Well, your ship knows.
Yeah.
There, but
But it's been a while, but he would have been there before.
okay. So, whoa, why are you out? Hold on a second. Stand by. Stand by. Everyone just stand the F by.
Do we have to roll close quarters?
In a second, I was going to have you do that. Affirmative. All right.
I was just saying it might help save, give you a little time to.
No, I was just seeing. I looked up jump travel for a sec. But no, fixed jumps are very safe. So there's no roll involved. So wild jumps you would have to roll.
Okay.
But you go there.
Okay.
So how long is this going to take? How far is it away? So what's the distance between here and Setlantis?
2 days maybe.
So is this
We want to be
this
far. We
halfway
want to
in
be
between?
far enough out.
Or is this out of the way? Where are you going?
I think it's probably closer to a week, because we are trying to
Shake any
Sure.
tails?
shake any
That's
trails.
Yeah, so we'll say about a week.
Okay. All right. So I mean, you have no issues. Your ship's been fixed up pretty much. I mean, you have.
Yeah, I assume Father would make sure that we would be.
I mean, you have some people in that status, not stasis. That's the word. That Warren has, and you have
George?
George, not Darren. I don't know why I was thinking Darren. You have George in the
Been
med bay
watching
recovering.
Bewitched lately?
No.
That's not so pop culture anymore.
According to my sister, I've been an old man since I was 12, so I have no idea what counts as pop culture anymore. I never
Not
did.
Bewitched.
Yeah, not, what was that, 60s?
Yeah, but didn't it get a movie with Will Ferrell in it?
I don't know. because
Wasn't
I
that also
don't
a
like
failure
Will Ferrell.
because nobody wanted to watch it?
Yeah, but a lot of things are failures that people know about.
Yeah, 30 years from now.
I don't know how to interpret that.
You will.
I will. In
30
30
years
years.
from
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
I do like bad 80s movies, so I guess I shouldn't, you know.
Bad 80s movies are awesome.
Yeah.
Cramped quarters. You have been trapped in cramped quarters. Roll 2d6. Choose a character or NPC trapped here with you. Did Cindy come with you?
He did, she.
Or did you leave her behind?
She did say she was going to be hanging around with us, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah, I think if she wanted to come with us, that'd be fine.
She did.
Okay.
So she's with you. Okay.
Did she say why she wanted to come with us? Because I'm sure that would come up.
She didn't say why specifically.
Okay.
But she said she would like to tag along. In the interest of Starmine.
Okay.
Okay. So she's hanging out. So on a 10+, you're going to describe how the two of you bonded over the past few days. On a 7 to 9, you're going to discover the answer to their question about an aspect of yourself or your past. On a 6 or below, describe what caused the newest hurt feelings or bad blood between you. So instead of, so we're going to start off with who wants to go?
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Sam here.
Okay.
Holy fuck. 2.
A 2. All right. So describe what caused the newest hurt feelings or bad blood between you.
You opened the panel and then he botched it.
I don't think that's the sort of thing that really bothers Sam. I think maybe...
I made a horrible comment about his pizza rolls without him knowing.
Would you have any problem with George or Cindy coming along with us? Because I think at some point we would have had to
I think
let you guys know
I think
about
Son
George.
would be probably a bit. I think if she didn't give you a reason of why she wanted to come along, I think Son would probably have a problem with that because he does have some trust issues. So I think if she did not give you a valid reason of why she wanted to go, I think that would probably be a good one.
Okay. She said she wanted to go. She's with me. I trust her with my life.
Did you even ask her why she wanted to come?
She...
Were you not curious?
Oh, of course I'm curious.
Why didn't you ask?
Well, I didn't want to press the issue. There were certain things about what we are doing that I did not share with her because, you know, professionalism and all that.
Yes, but now
So-
she's on our shipping at sea what we're doing.
Yeah, well, she's a friend, so...
Well,
No. Cram it up your ass. She's a good person.
as long as she doesn't just get in the way of what we're doing, report us for whatever.
Or, you know, completely draw attention to yourself when you're fucking something up on somebody's ship.
Oh, you want to? Okay, I'll remember that. Remember that. Don't you worry.
All right. So Emera, pick someone. And then-
PC or NPC?
Yeah, you can
Doesn't
do
matter.
NPCs, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pick. You know what? I'm gonna pick. What's that? Kyrie, the Carrie's character.
So let's like a
Kyra.
let's
Or would you rather me?
So either do like an NPC like Cinny
Okay.
or George
Well,
or
he doesn't know about George yet, does he?
Well, I assume you guys have
yeah, I
told me.
would've
Like,
let-
we know
okay,
about
you were
George.
told by now, right?
Is Tanaka still in the stasis thing? Is he still?
Until further notice.
Yeah. So like an NPC like
Okay,
Cinny,
okay,
or, you know what I mean?
gotcha.
Unless the playable characters that are non.
yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I,
So
I think our idea with just leaving him in there is, you know, it's for his own safety.
Hi, boss.
99!
okay. Then can I go with Warren? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it with a player who's character.
No
who's not
no
here.
player
It's not
characters.
here. Okay.
who are
Right.
present.
That's fair. Okay. Then I'll go with Sam. That is a 6. Straight
Oh,
up.
jeez.
Oof.
Describe what caused the newest hurt feelings or bad blood between you.
I think that this one is straightforward. Your pizza rolls were a real step below the rest of the quality of, and everyone, no one said anything because it didn't want to insult the guests, but swing and a miss.
Honestly, I feel so attacked right now.
Look, I know that it's been a while since you worked with like real food, and I certainly appreciate what you do for the rest of us here, but maybe when the next time we get planetside, you could resist the temptation. That's all I'm saying.
This is very hurtful. This is a low blow. I went out on a limb. I gave you something new and different, and maybe your palate just isn't sophisticated enough to appreciate it.
We have been living on powder for as long as we've been on the ship. And I appreciate that as a chef you have creative outlets that you want to express. But just try tasting your food first.
I tasted it, and it was a riot of flavors. This is unreasonable.
And that riot brought down, like, buildings is the problem. Is there was a mob that just absolutely eviscerated. There were guillotines that this riot brought down.
So, do you have any real criticism for me, or just, it's bad, I don't like it?
No, that sums up everything, I think.
Get out of my kitchen/surgery.
San.
I think with everything, the way everything's been going, he's gonna pick Emera.
Okay.
Oh
Try
boy,
these
here we
ones.
go.
Oh, jeez. The hell.
We're gonna like mutiny each
That's a
other.
3 for everyone listening. Lord. Alright, so I think
Welcome to the fight ship.
so I think this one's going to be how she treats her mother.
Oh boy.
What? No, that is a subject that is ripe for battle.
Oh, absolutely.
Emera, I meant to have a word with you. When we were at the dinner table, you were quite disrespectful to your mother. To your mum. Shouldn't you have a little more respect? She did birth you.
As she is well aware of telling me, thank you very much. And, by the way, I really appreciate how you, having met my mother for all of, I don't know, was it 20, 30 minutes? Decided
Not a little longer than that.
decided that your decision was, and that you thought the most appropriate thing for you to do after being welcomed into someone else's home is to try and, what was it, fuck their mother, and then try to impose themselves on family dynamics which have brewed for I'm not going to say how long, but have done so for some time, and just impose yourself, just throw yourself out there. You may have just dropped your pants and just ejaculated all over the dinner table for all the good that it did.
I'm a very private person. I'm going to do that.
I'm sorry. That's basically what you did to my mother at the dinner table.
She was asking for it.
I don't remember this at all.
It was metaphorical.
She was.
Oh!
She was playing footsies with me. What am I supposed to do? Ignore it?
Not!
Your mother's attractive. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to turn it down. Look at me.
Wait.
I'm getting older. Can't turn it down when it comes right there for me.
We are going to table this discussion. I am going to go to the lavatory. I'm going to eject most of what I've eaten over the past 3 or 4 days, and then we'll continue this discussion.
See, she doesn't appreciate
Just
it.
be more respectful to your mother, that's all. Your mom's a very nice person.
I wasn't the one fucking her.
She was quite enjoying it. I don't think she was having a bad time with me, but you was disrespectful. Mothers are a treasure.
I am going to go.
No. You wanted to table this. Let's table it till later. Go throw up your food.
No, you know what? I have a better idea. I'm gonna do it right here in your quarters, and she's gonna vomit all over the room.
Good show.
She
good
literally vomited from anger.
show. Good show. I'm gonna go think about your mom now.
And now she's gonna vomit from disgust.
Let's go to the bathroom again.
That was a bad close quarter.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
was a mess. Kaboom.
After that disastrous week,
So, you guys, no one took a crew, right?
no.
Okay. So Son, you're left with cleaning out her puke off the ground.
Yeah, I haven't leveled up yet. I was tempted about taking a crew when I leveled. What's it? 5 XP points to level up?
It's no 4.
Oh.
No, wait.
No, it's 5 for the
No,
first
it's 5
level
now.
up.
5
Oh,
now.
it's 4 for the first one. Then I actually I maybe do have a crew now because I have 4 XP. I thought it was 5.
No, you just
It's the number of skills you have. So we
you
have.
just took a new trigger, right?
I took a new trigger. Yeah.
Right, that's because you leveled up.
Oh,
No,
so
it's
that's
because the trigger was met.
yeah.
Right.
The trigger was
which
met.
which meant you had taken a skill.
No, but Matt, you and I have
don't
been
think
in
I
the
actually
same.
know.
You and I have been in the same sessions, right? So we've had
No.
the same.
No, I've had an extra
No.
one.
You how many sessions have you been in?
I've been in 2,
I've been in 3. I had
Minus
the
this
extra
one.
not including this one.
All right.
Yeah, I had
so
an extra one.
And
Haven't
I had 4 XP. I
This is the
leveled up.
4th.
This is
one
the
we've-
4th one.
Yeah.
You've been in 1.
No, Josh has been
No,
in 2.
2.
I've been
Yeah,
in all of
I've been
them
in
except.
3.
You-
I've only missed 1.
No, you haven't.
I missed
You've
last
been in
week.
2.
Huh?
You've been in 2.
This is the 4th one. You can't have been in 3 because then,
Oh,
including
this is
this
the-
one.
Yeah, including this one. That's what.
Wow. Anyway. Right. You come out of the jump.
Okay.
We'll resolve that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to set Lantis, a space station orbiting a dwarf star.
Yes.
Um,
It's bracketed by Game Lantis and Match Lantis.
very good.
Thank you.
All right. Who controls the space station?
San.
I'm looking at my factions that I don't owe any debts to. Maybe the spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't owe a debt to them, so.
So maybe it's like a refueling station,
I
like
had
where
two of this.
essentially, so they maybe because they're orbiting the dwarf star, they have like these big solar collectors where they can essentially store a giant amount of energy, and then they can essentially charge like a transfer fee or something like that to allow ships to refuel using their stored solar charges and then continue along their way.
How utility of you?
Yeah, I do kind of work for a utility, don't I?
Okay. The spin. Who are they again?
The Spinward Provisional Government.
So
I don't
you
know.
have it up, right?
I just have it in my character sheet. I don't remember what the spin is.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Spinward Frontier Provisional Government. It's the overarching governmental organization that's trying to take all of the planets in this sector of the galaxy under their wing.
Sure.
And
And
Emera's
is having
working,
a slow go of it.
yeah, and Emera's working for them on the sly. That was the whole conversation with her father.
The star mines.
No. The Starmind are the religious
Right.
kind of cult / sect / religion. Depends on how big they are.
Pretty big.
Well then, religion. No, the Spinward are the government,
Right.
and that's who Emera is working for.
Okay. So control by the spin, and you're within range to communicate and ask for permission to dock.
Good afternoon. Looking to dock on the planet, if that's all right.
Space station.
Space station? Yes. Sorry. Still a little hungover from a little someone. Yeah. A few nights ago.
That's how it goes. Just transfer your records, please. Well, let me think about what I have to say first. Why are you coming?
Just stopping over, long trip.
Yeah.
Bit of a long trip with some crewmates. Need to get a little break.
State the nature of your business. That's what I meant to say about 15 words ago.
Good. Need a break for my crew. Need to stop over and just get away for a second. Ever been on a long trip with the crew? Not go so well?
Yes.
That's what's going on now.
You going to buy anything?
Yes.
What?
Anything. Just want to get off the ship.
Be more specific. You here to fuel up?
Yes, we need fuel, but I also would like maybe some new clothes, some drinks.
What accent are you doing?
I don't know. It's merging.
It drifts.
It drifts.
Drifts. All of ours drift.
What are you talking about? Mine's been spot on this
That's
entire
true.
time.
Yeah.
Just looking for a drink. We also need to fuel and do some check our ship to make sure we don't have any repairs to do and whatnot.
Sure. Just submit the last 3 systems you've been to central computer, and access will be granted.
So he goes ahead and does that.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
dude, I don't know that we want to do
Do
that.
you want to tell them exactly where we've been? What we've done, essentially?
They don't
Provide
know.
a roadmap for
They
the
don't know.
GSS.
They don't know
So
we
you
are,
basically, they want you to, from your ship's log, they want you to supply the last 3 basically systems and/or space stations and/or ports you've been to.
Where the fuck is Warren?
I mean, if we say no, they're not going to let us land.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know who we are.
Could we? Yeah, but it's still a breadcrumb trail. Could we potentially spoof that?
You
hold
could
on.
potentially.
Some interface.
Hold on 1 second. I just have to check with. I'm not the computer person here. Just need to check with the computer person. I'm merging my accents now again.
So I have your beacon code. If you just allow me access to your system, I can do it for you.
I don't know how to do that.
It should just be a green button on your display, sir.
I'm a bit colorblind, unfortunately. Let me just get. I see buttons. I don't know which is green, which is red. Let me just give me a second. I'll be
That
right.
one is blue.
I'll be
That
right.
one is fuchsia.
Emera, which is the green one? I don't know. And he runs off. Emera, can you?
What have you done now?
I didn't do anything. They want our last.
Why don't you just go and fuck my mother and see if that solves anything?
I will do that later. Right now. Thank you for reminding me about that. But more importantly, they want our 3
Pulling
last
out my calendar. Thursday the 27th. Emera's mum. In parentheses, hard.
They want to know our last 3 locations, and I don't think we want to get to them.
No!
Can you reprogram it to put a little
I can. Oh,
It's got to be quick.
I'm okay. I'll try. Oh my god. I guess I can try and program something into the log. Hold on. I assume this is
Yeah, mix the
interface.
zeros into the ones. And vice versa.
I assume this is interface.
Yes, please roll plus interface.
Please no fails.
That is a 10.
Excellent.
Hey,
10.
Wow. So where have you been?
We've been to 3 completely obscure yet mainstream milquetoast supply runs.
Yeah.
We have been
Oh, hold on. Let me.
oh,
Are you still there?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I brought our technical expert, Emera, here. She'll be able to hit the right button since I didn't know what the green one is, but she'll be able to tell you where we've been as well, too.
Yes, you'll have to apologize for our pilot. He has been, particularly, he has been exhausted since...
Could you please just transmit the data, please?
You sure you don't want to hear about
I
why
don't
our
want to hear
pilot
the
is
story,
completely
please.
incompetent
We're
to what you
good.
think would be an
I'm not
otherwise
completely
elementary task?
incompetent.
Okay, I'm going to hang up, and you just transmit the data, please.
Okay, I'll hit the button and I'll send the doctored data.
Okay.
Is that the green one?
All right, so access has been granted to the station, and your docking bay 64 has been your assigned.
Thank goodness for the positive
Oh.
roll.
I got it. I caught the reference.
So proceed.
Excellent. So San pulls it in.
Okay. You have docked.
Just like you did to my mother.
Of course. Like I will be doing next Thursday at 8 o'clock in the evening.
She is not as punctual as you might think she is.
That's all right. Good things are worth waiting for.
Mm.
You'll get her coming and going.
Like a fine wine gets better with age.
Yeah.
Or
you're a
vinegar,
motherfucker.
depending.
So how
guess
long
I
do
am,
you guys
aren't
plan to spend here? Are you actually going to fuel up here, or?
Might as
Yeah,
well.
we ought to.
Yeah, might as
Oh,
well.
yeah, I mean, we've been going for a week.
Our cover seems to be intact, so
Okay.
that's actually probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So how long are you going to be here for?
Probably just a day, right? Just
Yeah, I
to
wouldn't
fuel
want
and-
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to
if
stay
even.
too long.
Want to do anything specific here? Or you're just going to hang out on the ship, or?
I think we hang out. I don't think we make ourselves known.
So
Too
this is the
much.
first time we've actually been to a hub, right? But we don't really have much in the way of barter.
No.
Because we haven't actually had a payday yet. So I don't think there's really much that we'd be able to pick up in terms of, like, upgrades to the ship,
So
or...
what happened to that hole in your ship?
Yeah, we never really got around to
Well,
repairing
I
that.
assume that Father had his technicians repair it.
Yeah, we were there like less than a day.
No, we were there for the night. They
The night, yeah. So do they start repairing it, or?
As they just put like a massive like
Space
piece of
duct tape.
It's
Piece of
essentially like a,
steel
like, you know
just
how,
over
like,
it.
well,
So-
you know how they do, like, drywall, where, like, they put on the,
Well, in lieu of drywall, you still have
I'm
a
not
massive...
saying it's actually drywall, I'm saying
No,
it's like
that's
a
what I'm
metal-
saying.
Yeah.
There's still a massive hole in your ship. However, on the interior of the door, right, there's just like these 3-foot long sort of bars, and there's like 16 of them all the way around this massive hole that have created a sealed force field on the hole.
half
So-
of the course with our ship.
The hole's still there, but it's sealed. It's from the vacuum of space by a
But
force
it's
field.
fragile, is what you're saying.
Well,
Yes.
So is our entire ship.
Well, yeah, but well, this is again the problem is that we haven't actually had a payday, so we don't actually have anything to.
Just wake the knock up and demand some money.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
we'll add
we
it to
are
our
almost
expense.
there. We
Sure.
are almost there.
Well, we'll add it to our expenses, you know.
True.
Yeah, and maybe that's an argument for not getting it repaired right away. It's like
We got
we're
to
expensing this.
Yeah.
We get to the Tanaka drop-off point, you know, potentially we can just get it repaired right
Yeah.
there as a part of our compensation.
Yeah.
On the other hand, once we do drop him off, he doesn't have much incentive to be generous with us.
I would say I think before we actually let him go, I think we just make sure he wire transfers us the money. Once we see it, I think then we just let him off the ship with whatever and go.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of we put together the invoice for him that he can sign off on
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
on delivery. All right, so yeah, we're not going to do anything too ambitious then, I think.
okay.
Well, we have nothing to do anything ambitious with, is the point. But yeah.
What time check?
It's
10:50.
10:50.
10:50.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
probably
know.
a good spot to.
Yeah,
Table.
like if our next jump is right to the drop-off point, that might be a good place
Yeah,
to
we
pick
should
up
probably
next
stop
time.
here then.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
exhausted.
At 10:50. Yeah.
Don't sleep.
Alright,
Alright.
advancement triggers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so is level 4 level up for the first one? 4 XP?
Alright, so how many times how many times have you been here where someone's trigger has triggered?
I think the last time we were here, didn't 4 things trigger?
No.
No. We had 2 the first session, and then 2 the next session. Because I leveled up at the end of.
Yeah, I didn't take
The
my
last
level
session
up.
I
I
was
didn't
in.
know it was 4. I thought it
And
was
me
5.
and Mike
Yeah.
only had 1 when we.
So
did
you
ours.
have 4 skills, right?
You should have 4
You should
now.
have 4
You
skills.
started with 3, and then you
So
get
you
Yeah, I haven't
last
picked- I
session
haven't
you
picked
should
a
have.
new one.
That means the last session you did, right? You should have.
I have 4 skills. I have the fame, sneak attack, diplomacy, survival.
Right.
One's
So
the origin
what I'm
skill,
saying,
3
though,
career
is, like,
skills.
No, you should have 4
Career skills.
career skills.
How many XP should he have?
Well, if
I would start back at 0.
If he was
then.
on, yeah.
No,
So
hold
if he was on the same, he was in the same sessions I was in.
Okay.
So then he should have 4, which means he should have leveled up. At
So
the
that
end
means
of
you
his
pick a
last.
new skill
Okay.
in the advancement trigger that you had picked before.
Yeah.
So you pick a new skill.
Okay.
Now, this trigger that
So
you
it has to be what the advancement trigger was.
Right.
Okay.
So now the new trigger that you have picked for today.
Yeah.
What did you have?
A relationship changes drastically.
Bingo.
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
So my XP goes back to 0 though, right?
So now you're at 1.
1. Okay.
I had an injury is sustained. They weren't bad, but there were a couple
There
of
were
zippy zaps.
Sure. So that's everyone marked 2. Josh.
A vital lesson is imparted.
Don't introduce your friends to your mother.
That works for me. I mean the only other one I can really think of, a vital lesson is imparted. What is?
Don't let other people on our ship because they leave tracking devices behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just kill them all.
Yeah. That's it.
Don't leave anyone alive. No, but that was the point, right? Is that
that's
that's what we kind of learned, right? Because we left the GSS people alive. And
No
they followed us.
witnesses.
Yeah, no witnesses.
Okay. Yeah. So 3 XP. Woo.
That was a good haul.
Yeah. So since that triggers, you pick a new one. Or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
We gotta pick new advancement triggers, yeah.
Pick new advancement triggers, and 2 more XP, and I'm not sure for you.
1 more for me.
1 more for you. 2 more for you guys,
Yep.
and you have another skill.
Lovely.
Pretty good.
Can I see your binder real quick? You have the skills in there, right?
Yeah.
Just look at it real quick.
All right, let's
Red tab, have it, nation.
red tab.
Cut it off here.
Yeah.